Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here, back with some Aurora 4X, and it's been a couple days, and I'll tell you why. Well, more than a couple, it's been almost a week. And the reason is that in the version I was using, I was getting some errors. The main error was the fact that on a place where you have infrastructure, I was getting an annual growth that was negative even though I was under the population supported by infrastructure. That was a known bug in version 6. I think. Let's see which one it was. In 1.6.2. I've now transferred over to 1.9.5 and the bug is no longer there. So that either was a bug or I was having a corruption of my database file. So that's been fixed, but unfortunately with that we could not actually continue our game. But I've played it up to the point to where we pretty much were. I did another naming type deal. I went with like a Halo-esque naming convention that you'll see going forward. I've made a lot of different ideas and changes to my philosophy of designing ships, moving ships around, space stations, things like that, which we're going to go into in this one. So to give you an overview of our populated systems, Earth, Luna, and Mars, of course, habited as always. We have good atmospheres on Luna and Mars. We're working on Ganymede. Callisto, we had a deserted, intact colony that spawned in. It's a Port Elizabeth Theocracy. It's a TL2, so we're likely only going to get base trans-Newtonian technology. But, hey, at least we don't have to convert anything. And this is what we have at Callisto that we're kind of moving off to go to other places. We also have infrastructure here for them. Alpha Centauri, we have a terraforming going on at Octium. And at Octium, we're pretty much just trying to get the breathable atmosphere, and then we'll worry about the temperature factor. The maximum atmosphere up here is now working in this version. I was having issues with it in 1.6. But it does work fairly well in this one, so we are going to be using that more. We have Reach, which is Bernard Star, which is going to be more of a military situation just because of what's in the system itself. And the fact that we have a lot of resources. We are terraforming here, same thing, getting the nitrogen and oxygen levels up, then we'll start heating it up. In Sol, we are, of course, Mercury, Venus, and some asteroid mining here. So, of course, Venus, because it's got a huge supply of corundium. Same thing with Mercury, it's got a huge supply of duranium. We're still mining out of Earth. But at this point, our stockpiles we're using more because we are upgrading a lot of stuff. Bernard Star, we're starting to mine stuff, which we're going to ultimately send to Reach. Big thing is Fuji and Helios. Both are Vesuvian type planets, so there's no way in hell we're going to be able to move those out of that. We are also terraforming Venus slowly but surely because we have nothing else to terraform within range. Alpha Centauri, Hades, which is 600 degrees, so we won't be able to terraform this. It's not a Vesuvian, but it's damn near close if we were to put some atmosphere into it. Here we're using this as a mining colony, and we'll end up sending this to Octium. We have a couple other mining colonies there as well. All of our minerals that we are mining in the Sol system from commercial companies, I figured out how to deal with all this, and we are negative because we are purchasing some corundium stockpiles right now. So we are purchasing those that we've needed. We've been lacking on corundium a little bit now, but kind of stabilized that for the most part. 2 terraforming Alpha Centauri, which these will end up being habitable planets. Ember, Scala. Ember, there is some mining we can do. Particularly neutronium is attractive here, as that is going to be one that we do a lot of our ships. The terraforming here is pretty easy, at least on Scala. Scala is a relatively small planet compared to a lot of bodies. About the size of, I think, Mercury. It's smaller than Mercury, so it'll be easier to actually get that up, and we're just putting in the nitrogen to stabilize the environment until we can get a breathable atmosphere, then we'll start colonizing. Ember is going to take a bit of time because it's about the size of Earth, a little bit under the size of Earth, so that's going to take a bit more time to take out the methane, introduce enough nitrogen, introduce enough oxygen, and up. Other colonies we're looking at is in Bernard Star, the one we named Gilgamesh here. Not going to be a mining, but more of a civilian industry wealth type good. A new Carthage, which same thing, but the system is great. In Lumen and Layton, you got aliens in that direction, so I'm trying to put up posts, deep station tracking. Proxima Centauri, we have huge stockpiles mining here, and it's bordering us. We're going to end up getting to Constantinople, getting this up to a reasonable factor. Don't worry about that. We're trying to colonize that right now, but that's going to take time. We're also going to go Europa, Io, and Titan. We're going to also colonize. We aren't getting any alien artifacts here, so I wonder how you end up getting the alien artifacts here. It's from this, or if you have to actually trade with someone. So as for our systems, so this is regular Sol, Alpha Centauri. We have our 2 colonies. We also have a moon here, which is going to be a great one. Let's actually create a colony here because we're going to want to move that. So the Octium is kind of like Earth, essentially. Got less gravity, but the fact that it has a large moon that could be great, and it's over the gravity, this is going to be one that we're definitely going to transition, and a lot of our mining can come from. So I have some comet mining here. Over on B, we have a lot more as well. Not a rich system like maybe Earth, but a lot of the mining comes off of these planets here. In Bernard Star, we have that down. We have reach, but we also have some good mining opportunities here. And one here, we got gas giants that we're starting to exploit in this. So we're getting things slowly but surely. The other one was Proxima Centauri. And we got a couple of gas giants, Constantinople. We're going to be using this more of a fuel place here. Not going to be a lot of... Actually, you got some chromite there. We could use this as a good staging point, but we'll have to see in the long run how that goes. It is a large system, so it's got a lot of area. Look at our galactic map. They're going towards New Carthage. Carthage has some good stuff, as well as a 4th planet, but it is within our temperature range, but it is going to be like gravity, low gravity, so that can be the greatest one. Here, not a lot of resources, but it is cut off from anything else. There's no other jump points. Alpha Centauri here, Proxima Centauri. Then we have this little crazy thing here as a loop. Other than that, that's just about what we have encountered so far. Our aliens themselves in Gliese 526 are reasonably friendly. It looks like they're on the second planet and possibly the third, but more likely just the second planet right now. In Ross, they're going to be here. They're almost identical to us in terms of what their gravity probably can hold in the temperature range. So, these guys are going to be relatively of an issue. They're more militaristic than Gliese 526. So that's the situation in the galaxy as a whole. As for ships, so I've kind of placed them in ways that this will be a lot easier. We have a reserve and shipyard fleet, so this is where all this ships will come through. Unless it's a space station, it'll pop up down here. Of our research ships, or the student class, and we're going to be making 2 more, actually 3 more of a new class. That should be nice. Diplomatic ship, our harvester stations, which are space stations. And what you can do with space stations that I did not know is you can come in here and build space stations off of this and then just tow them with your tractor beam, which is what I've been doing. So we have a bunch of harvester stations that have been great. We got Neptune and Jupiter. We got 2 in Proxima Centauri. Then we have the one in Reach, which the Jovian in Reach doesn't have a lot of fuel. This one will end up moving anyways. We got our terraforming stations. Bunch of outposts there. Again, stations that we've towed. Our jump stabilization installations. Again, we tow those. Our light geosurvey transports. Our tugs, which is the ones that we've been using to move our stations around. We have a military freighter line in case we need to move resources or anything quickly. Colonist line. And then our fuel line. So this one goes to Reach. So this goes to the harvester. Waits for 30 days. Refuels for 30 days. Then we'll go to Reach. Unload the fuel. Go back to the harvesters. Right for 30 days. Go to Reach. Same thing for our Sol ones. And then the one here in Proxima Centauri is going to one fuel station, refueling, going to the second one, refueling, and then taking it Sol. We have an extra one that we may use for other things. We need to kind of refuel anyone that's lost. Our civilian space stations, or space companies, really just moving around trade goods. Not a lot of colonists, but mostly trade goods being transported around. As for the designs that we do have, so I did make a placeholder one because it'd be easier. We just make a new design based off this if we don't have one already, and then we'll pick the category and go from there. That's like our placeholder with nothing in it, per se. Our colony ships were a little outdated, but we're not really going to use those for much of anything. Our command cruisers, the Helicon, which we're going to have a lot of weapons, but I kind of know how the weapon system works. The biggest thing you don't need is it's a military ship. You don't want to put a lot of, unless it's a survey vessel, a lot of fuel at this. So you make your engines fast but also efficient. And even with 500 liters here, it's still 137 days of full power. Well, it's still pretty good. And it's only 18 ton. If we were to put more engines on it, okay, wonder how much more faster it would go. Go a lot faster. Okay, maybe we do add one engine on. I'll kind of see why. It's because that's fit on this one. So our Helicons are going to have our particle beam is kind of like our RP back cannon. We'll have 150 millimeter rail guns times 4. Then we got Twin Mark 57 area point defense, arena point defense turrets. Got more point defense guns here. The MAC targeting system, which is about the same as this will be, but I think our cannon can actually go further. The Aegis point defense system, 2 of them, which will deal with the point defense guns, and a fusion reactor. We'll have 3 anti-missile pods. This is a command cruiser for this one. We'll have 10 anti-ship missile pods, and then guidance for each one. Terminal fire control system, and then Spy 1 missile guidance system. For active radars, we have our narrow phased array radar, our wide phased array radar. Essentially, this is going to be your one that are looking for missiles. This is going to be your one looking for ships. You have your line emissions detection suite, and then your passive phased radar here. We'll have 1 ELINT module in all of our military vessels just to get some electronic intelligence. Helicon command vessels and the Helicon light cruisers are the exact same. Next, we're going to have what is considered our planetary defense ships, essentially. And these are going to be the ones that are in system defense that we're going to use as the first line before we start making space stations that have MAC cannons and fighters as well. Same thing here, light MAC cannon, rail guns, rail point defense. Mainly the same things because this is our first generation of military equipment that we're making. Our diplomatic ship, which is something I need some help with. I think with ELINT attached to it, which makes it a military vessel, actually gave me more success. But I'm unsure of that just because of the fact that we weren't getting any intelligible communication. Weird. Like, you can only put 1 diplomatic module on, yeah. So I'm unsure exactly how beneficial that is. So these are our fast attack craft. These will be the ones that are on a space station. Be the longsword, which is going to be more of our missile. Has our missile strike package, light cannons. Same thing with the saber, but with this one, we're going to see more of pretty much the same thing, but I think with the saber, we're going to make a larger strike package for missiles. They're more radiation based. Fighter bombers, so Our broadswords is more of a strike fighter. So it's going to be more in the cannon based than the missile. And then the longsword is going to be more missile and cannon. So this is pretty much our strike and our air superiority. I have not done the S14 base lore, but this is going to be the one that ends up being our stealth fighter scout that we'll put on our surveillance cruiser and selectively on some of our ships in order to see if we can infiltrate an area and deliver a strike package if need be. Our freighters, still a little bit of an old technology with the commercial ion engines, but at this point we have nothing that we want to move around quickly. So, keeping it as is. Our fuel harvester station have a capability of 1.4 liters annually, and then we got at least 2 or 4 on each location, so we're making a lot of fuel at this point. Jump stabilization just has the 180 module on it. Holocron, we saw that. The missile destroyer, the biggest thing this one has is it has more light missile pods and more anti-ship missile pods. It does a little bit of a single Mark 57 arena point defense, but also has twins. Missile frigate, same thing. This one being more towards the anti-ship pods than the anti-missile, but we still have a lot of point defense. Oiler, we're working with the Eaglesdale right now. Good refueling system. Carry 5,000 pounds, 5,000 liters of fuel. Pretty good here. Still this obsolete engine, but it's fine. Next one that comes up is going to have more liters of space. Going to have ordnance as well. Be able to bring around supplies as well. So this is going to be like our fleet spoiler essentially. No reason to build any right now, but as we start building ships we will. Survey class, the Harkness, which we are building right now. Not a lot improved from the previous Dunton class besides the engines, but we also upgraded the sensor array to what we have the best of with thermal sensors, active sensors, better ELINT module, damage control on this one. So it's going to be pretty good here, and more efficient engines means it gets a better time on station. Terraforming station is just 5 modules, nothing spectacular. True transports, this is the Borrow class, and with this it's just a light one. Oh, the Archinar was the one we're going with right now that we have out there. This was just one very true transport base, so it's only 3,000 tons. The Borrow is going to be one that we end up having drop pods and whatnot in it. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with that. We have our Tug, the Cambridgeshire. This one has commercial ion engines, so not the best engines, but we're tugging and lugging around stuff with the tractor beam, so it's not something that needs to be like completely crazy efficient because they will mostly stay around Earth, but the 250,000 liters still can go pretty far with that because it is a shell essentially. Shell with a tractor beam and engines. That's our ship designs right now to give you an idea. With our shipyards, we're waiting for this slipway to go up. We are going to upgrade all of these. We're going to put our frigate on one of the lower ones, probably the Wellman. We can build all of the current military vessels that we have right now on one. And then from there, I think what we will do is we'll go into the heavy cruiser realm, in which the heavy cruisers will have to have their own separate docks, and we'll go into the carriers, things like that. So let's pass some time here. Slipways were added. Bring these up to 1,000. There's Space Master off right now, so don't accidentally hang. ECM, an abandoned mine. Worried about that ECM, but that abandoned mine can be, or the automated mine. Okay, science team, champ, power propulsion, faster recharge rate. That's why we need a lot of maintenance supplies on our ships, at least in our research vessels. Gallery would need to come back. Pull back. Fuel resupply, begin overhaul. The hydrographer. Good. Must have just got out of. Yeah. Must have just got out of refit. Let's see what we have. Don't have one in Groombridge. Have one here. Going down Kruger. Figure out what's in least. That's still 3 jumps from here. Let's see what's down Kruger. Here. 60. Already been looked at. So let's just wait until they get there. And if they don't have anything to look at, it'll ping us once it gets there. Zombie active. Sonar buoys, now more ASMs. We have another terraforming station done. Earth. Okay. What we do with the tugs, we have the tugs, fleet, a space station, tractor, this. Then we'll go to Alpha Centauri. We'll release tractor ships. At that point, go back to Earth, refuel, resupply, and that will be moved. Oh. More abandoned mines. This is deployment time. There goes the tug. Deploy added to the Temple Golf Shipyards Company. That's down here, one of the naval yards down here. Let's increase to 5,000 on this one, I think. The thing I want to know is, can we can get out some fighters. Okay, here's my next question. You used to have to build bases on Earth. Do you need to do that anymore? Cannon. Ah, this is where you put the service to orbit weapons. Maybe we'll do. So I'm guessing that's a no. Do we need to house it into a fighter? How far can they go? 26? Fighter engine. Pretty good fighter engine too. You know what? Let's do that. Let's build. Longsword and Saber are going to be the planetary models. Going to be the ones taken. So, I add on to this. File control system. Um, I'm going to think that I want to have the fast attack crafts are heavily armed. Engagement. There's still a light missile strike package on it. It's going to deliver a punch. I think we'll go with the long swords right now, and then we'll go with the sabers right now, and then with the long sword we'll have a heavier missile package for it. Sabers out. Oh. Please. 20. All actuality, we need get 40 of these. Oh. Wow. Wow. You have to be 40 like that. It's gonna be 35. 30. Okay. Shell. Go with that's radiation. I guess we do have to make a space station for this. Class. Base. Let's put it off of cities themselves. Okay. Fighter base. We'll have phase arrays. Back cannons. Well, the cargo shuttle bay. D-Wiz. Have a control, combat information, combat flight control, main engineering, damage control. Don't need ELINT. Sensors. Don't need engines. We'll need a fuel supply. That's so it's four cannons. Put in one more Aegis point defense. Boat bays aren't. Beggar X. A large capacity magazine. Ah, you can't actually do that. Okay. I did not know. Roll. Sensor. Gorge very large. Cannons. So yeah, tell me how I should do the bases themselves. This is gonna be one that I definitely need hangar decks better in the long run. Going for in logistics. Cargo shuttles, maintenance, fueling system, underway replenishment. I mean, not bad, but it's not necessarily good. We'll survive. Ordnance factory, spaceport. Logistics. Been attacked in Layton. The instant we came out of Lumen. Means they probably hold this. Means they hold that. Fortunately. Passive signature against 1,000. It'll hurt my civilian economy. We're about to get a lot of our stuff up. Gonna be gonna be a difficult fight. And they're fighting each other as well. Which ensures that it doesn't give it a big issue. Doing energy weapons, turrets. Experimental laser weapons. Keller has completed an overhaul. Okay. Here. You'll see what's in that Ross one up here. Get a mine. Big ground force complex. Or we'll keep batter shell. More stuff on Callisto found. Okay. Carthage. So we can move this next one over to New Carthage. I think. Okay. Front star, reach. Oh, we can move it over to Gilgamesh actually. Actually, Octium Moon 2. Um, call it. Hmm. Let's call it. Oh man. Large moon. So let's move it here. Didn't know Minister was inner colonies, which is an active one that remained unknown to the Covenant. So maybe we can keep this one unknown. Yeah. Able here. here. Weird. I had this happen previously on a weird thing. Ari. That's how it is. That's weird. No, it was Alpha Centauri. There it goes. That was weird that they changed the name like that. Okay. That might be a little suspect, but I don't know. All right, to the Harkness come out. 3 of them. Wave of military research vessels. So the Harkness. See where we want to send her. Off screen really fast. Let's see. I would like to send one to Cirrus. 100% explored, so move that one over there. The Iona Wave. Release. 7. For that, Soriano. Send her to Lalande. Mark their standing orders now. Body, there's survey, fuel, 5 points. Colony. check on the deployments. The Nora is getting up there. Going. On Von. So let's en route her back to the Sol system. Earth, fuel resupply. In darkness. I'm going to keep her active radars off. See how big they are. Still not very far. Turn on their active. Okay, power plant boost. Yeah, she tech after that. Got to the Kruger system. Nothing more to explore. Okay. Wise. Okay. More of a mining system than anything. Expected that we'll find some of those. Inactive research. That in logistics. That in the long run. Here we'll get a bump up of our terraforming. Let's check our terraforming. Still adding water vapor, still adding water vapor. Still adding nitrogen. Adding oxygen here. Venus. Taking her down 2.5 atmosphere. Here, still taking out methane. It's going to take a while. This one's like terraforming the Earth. This one. Put in freedom now. Go with 2. Okay. Stuff. Ande jumps here too. What? This is Jesus Christ. This is the web of what? Well, that has to go down. Just put Lolande like this. So that is an easier way to look at that. Okay. Not expecting that. Soriano. Found it. Let's send Soriano to Von Man. Monday. Proxima Centauri. Do Wolf. Okay, in that factor, let's look at Lalande. Pretty much of anything. Good Galise. Vesuvian. Pressures. It's feasible to deal with. Stein. A couple comments, nothing big. Wolf. 359. Great. Planet. Small. It's decently small. It does have an ice sheet. We'll have Sorium. You know what? Wolf 359 might not be a bad system. Do you have a second planet? Probably not. Just he's probably not going to have a second system. Body. Okay. So before we end this episode, let's get our ships over there. Take the Daphnis. Actually, let's take the Saint Veronicus. Grab Cottonmouth. Move to Proxima Centauri. Go to Wolf. 59. Brand. Oh. Two location. Two location. Pressure ship. Back. Soul. Earth. Fly. Other two. Alpha Centauri. Both of them are Alpha Centauri. Alpha Centauri. Can we put range points in Alpha Centauri? Do one there. We could put one at the Harvester Station. Wise. At a ring. It's probably not best. Three, 5, 9. There. Probably not. What are the other two systems? The other two systems are UPS. Oh, LP. Tesla. Carthage is technically a moon, so we won't be able to do that. Release. Lalande. No. Okay. No reason to bring the other two back yet. The one extremely hot. All right, slipway has been done at the Doggett. Okay. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and set these up and the name, and then we will start producing our military vessels. So thank y'all for joining me. I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. See you guys later.